Hi, I'm Pauline.
Hey, I'm Priscilla.
I'm Pal.
And I'm Tamidron.
And welcome to the P3T podcast. Today I'm not going to sing.
Oh my god, I missed that movie. I wish I could watch it again for the first time. Frozen.
Welcome to a new episode. We are very excited to have you guys here. Our last episode, I think it's going to be our last episode. If it's not, Pauline. So today we're going to talk about perfectionism. And just what it entails, how it manifests in our lives, and how we want to move with now us knowing ourselves and how to the degree of perfectionism. The degree of perfectionism that we have in our lives. So we're just gonna jump right into the first question, which is I got this question from one of my psychology classes, and it was, what do you consider to be your real self and your ideal self? So your real self is who you situation kwa ground, and then your ideal self is who you would like to be, who you idealize yourself to be as, who you would want to the version, like for example for me, the version of Pearl that I strive or want to be. I may not be striving, but that I envision myself being. Yeah. First person is whom?
Sorry, your ideal self and
your
current...
real self. Okay. Real self can also be current self, but ideal and real.
Can I go?
Yeah, please.
Because I feel like mine, I know mine so well. My ideal self is a mysterious person.
Wow.
You know those people, they just enter a room and like they're just in the corner observing, you know, they listen, you know, they don't yappa yappa. But my real self cannot allow. I think it's just not in my nature, honestly. But yeah.
I have a follow-up question. Has your ideal self ever have you ever actualized it? Has it ever manifested itself in your life?
The only times it's manifested, I haven't liked it because I felt like I was missing out. Like I felt like I was being left behind. So I was like, no, please listen to me and my opinions. Yes, I think I'm just not one of those people that likes to be. I think I'm just not a mysterious person. Yeah, I think I've come to terms with it. I'm okay.
You're not the cool girl at the back of the classroom.
I'm not the cool girl at the. I'm the one arguing with the teacher, and it's alright. It's alright.
Tamira, Priscilla.
My ideal self. Real self. Okay. Yeah. I think my real self is someone outgoing, someone who I think is open to learning new things, maybe. And actually it's a very good question. I never thought about it.
We were in the same class.
For?
Oh no, in the same learning class with adolescents.
Yeah.
I was just like,
Just because it's after
learning. That's the people in those two classes. I get them mixed up all the time.
Because most of them are from learning. Yeah. What's it called? Yeah, like, who am I? Wow. Like, who am I question?
Yeah.
Yeah. I like to think of myself like an open book. I don't have anything to hide. Most of the time I talk about everything at go. Like I don't like, it's not a running mouth, but I just sometimes speak too much. And maybe it's almost similar to maybe Pauline. My ideal self is someone who maybe doesn't want to overshare. Yeah, because I think I overshare. I overshare. Proper. Like I can meet somebody random and I feel like we have a good vibe. I'll start telling you about my daddy issues, yo. I'll start ranting, God. I'll start telling you, well, in my life, I'll even make you know my mom. Like
It really do be embarrassing.
Yeah.
It's embarrassing.
For real. Like, yeah, you see, I don't look like my mom for real, but I look like my auntie. And my auntie is in America. And just I tell you know my entire family lineage. You know that my great grandmother is a Mau Mau. Like, you see now, yeah. Yeah, so I think my real self is someone who just wants to be a little bit, not to blah blah blah, like running all the time. Also, my ideal self is someone who I'm working on that though, which I'm proud. Being more assertive and drawing more boundaries.
Yeah.
Thanks, proud by the way.
You're welcome.
And Riziki, shout out to you if you listen, because I was really struggling with that, especially with some human being, I shall not mention, for reasons best known to us. I don't want to Russia again.
Surely you're Kicheko. You're Kicheko.
No, but that was fun. For reasons best known to us.
But anyway, so they already know.
Do they?
Do they?
I
Yeah,
don't
they
think
do.
they
They don't know about recent happening.
Yeah, not the recent happening. But
Yeah.
they know about how I was in a counterfeit relationship.
Alitupiwa counterfeit na shetani. That's the exact joke. That's the funniest thing that has ever been told on this podcast.
No, I needed to draw more boundaries in my interaction with this interaction. Yes, in my interaction with this human being. And I'm glad there's progress, guys. Like, yeah, putting on that, like, I'm proud of me, which I think that aspect of my ideal self is now manifesting or replicating itself in my real self, and I'm happy.
So the same, I'd pose the same question to you as I did to Pauline. So you're content with your real self, but also you're finding yourself in a position of being in your ideal self situation in the section of assertiveness, and you're liking that you're in that space. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, time around.
I think my ideal self has evolved because I remember when I was a kid, I wanted to be more outgoing, and I wanted to be the person that was relatable with everyone, because I would see it with my sister. Like, she'd walk into a room and like everyone just wants to talk to her, and like she's talking to everyone and she's having a free relationship with everyone. And that was something I really envied and wanted for myself. So I think at that time an ideal version of myself was someone outgoing and approachable. And then with time that somewhat actualized and became the real me, in a sense, in a way. In terms of being outgoing. Being approachable, I don't know that I cared to be approachable nowadays. So now, my ideal version is someone who just has mastery of their time. I feel like the real me at the moment is really suffering because I tell myself that I'll do this thing at 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock reaches, I'm still in bed. Or I'm not even close to starting that stuff. I think another way that would really, like, I never liked it, or I've never liked it, is being late to things, like making people wait. I've never liked that. So at least that's one thing I'm actually trying to be better at.
You are on time today. Clap for you.
I've been reminding myself from when we had that we usually have a meeting like a week before the recording where we discuss like what we talk about. And I remember we said 10. I was even going to say, guys, let's meet at 10. Because we were to meet at 9, but 9 was a bit too early. I was like, there's 10. And I was like, women don't mess up at 10. Let's be there at 10. And so, like, throughout, I was like, you have to be there at 10, you have to be there at 10, you have to be there at 10. And I think Actually, for the first time this year, I was earlier than the rest of the days. Because I know the times you guys
Come
would
before
come,
you.
then
Yeah.
come.
Yeah.
So I was like, nah, that's not okay. If you decide you meet at 10, show up at 10. Or at Akama, you know it's a setting where people don't really care for time or care about time. There's something to be said about
The
keeping your
punctual.
word
Yeah.
and being there on time.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, my real self, doesn't keep they don't hold the end of the bargain in terms of time. But my ideal self has mastery of the time. They write down to-do lists with the times they want it done, and they actually get it done. They have a specific time they want to spend with God. They have a specific time they want to prioritize their fitness. They have a specific time they want to take to study. You get, they just have mastery of their time. Yeah.
Great, thank you. So, okay, I see that you're realizing you're kind of you've been in situations where you are your ideal self. So, even in terms of like the confidence thing, do you feel better or have you felt better when you're your ideal self, or are you more comfortable with being your real self? Not necessarily in terms of time, but even the confidence, which you can do both parts.
Actually, for both, there has been short spans of time, short spans of periods where I have had mastery of my time, and yes, it's been amazing. I end up feeling so much more fulfilled at the end of the day, and then the whole confidence thing. Yeah, because honestly, when I was younger, I was timid, so. Yeah, there's a point to which you can't just continue being timid. Like that's so double. So like it had to be outgrown, and I'm glad I outgrew it. So yes.
Alright. Thank you. So I'm actually the opposite of Tamiron in terms of that outgoing, wanting to be more outgoing aspect. Mine is like similar to Pauline's. Not mysterious, but I want to be seen as like nice girl at the back of the room. Nice girl, doesn't speak much. I can't sit at the back of the room, so I sit like on the third row. Because I can't see, I'm live. So I wear glasses for those who didn't understand. So like I've always wanted to be like not striving to be the center of attention or striving to like be a noticeable person in a group setting, because for me, mko kwa simu.
I'm listening.
Because yeah, I do have an attention problem. That's also my ideal. Anyway, back to recording. I strive. Not I strive. I've always like had this idea of being the girl who's very like quiet and is not so controversial. Because me who fight watu sana. So staki to fight. I don't want to be the loudest who's giving controversial opinions and telling people, no, we need to listen to this other side. We need to consider this. We need to consider that. I wish I could be a person who like goes with the consensus. But unfortunately, I'm not. A lot of the times, I'll be willing to like recently, Priscilla was telling me a story and I was like, can I fight him? So I'm willing to like get into conflict. That's the time I'm like, I'm not scared of conflict. I'm not scared of pushing back. I'm not scared of just making my point and my viewpoint heard. And sometimes I like when I'm in the moment, I don't consider the implications So it's kind of an unconscious thing. And then afterwards, I feel so bad. I'm just like, oh, I should have been like a bit more calm. I should have been a bit more silent. I shouldn't have said what I don't insult people, but it can come off as like a total, as like a total want for just my thing in some instances, especially if people who are not used to dealing with confrontational people. So it's for me, I've always wished to be that quiet girl, that quiet, just to be seen as quiet and nice. And I did achieve it, actually. In uni, just recently, just this semester, was it the last episode or the other episode? Oh, did you talk about it in an episode? Oh, it was in the last episode when we did our segment, our beginning segment, the culture episode. We talked about like what we've learned about ourselves. And I said like your plans aren't what they are. So when I entered uni, and I was, first of all, as you all know, I had social anxiety. I still do, but it's a bit better. So I now that's what turned me into a quiet person, because I wasn't confident in myself. I wasn't confident talking to people. I really did not rub people the wrong way, because I was so like I beat my real self down so bad that I wanted my ideal self to really truly come out. But this last semester, you guys, I've done so much. I'm so tired. I engaged in so many like activities, not so many. I engaged in like 3 main things, but they all spanned for like weeks. Yeah. So every day I'm calling somebody. Every day I'm pinning a group. I'm pinning people. I'm coordinating. So I joined. So I was volunteering at the career office with Priscilla, and we were organizing people for the career fair, and that spanned weeks. Then we had elections for clubs, and my club, for some weird reason, had the most heated elections, because Priscilla is like a club leader, but waliagana tu, wewe leader, wewe secretary, wewe treasurer. So as we had to like write manifestos, we had to present them, we had to campaign on the WhatsApp group for the club, like we had to do a lot of work for people to vote for us, and my position had the most candidates. So, and one of the candidates was like buddies, friends with people in the club. So it was tough to vie. Anyway, I got in, but it was tough to vie for that. Then the third thing that I did was what? I did PEG. Thank you. This semester I really got. I've been getting into debate for the last academic year. So finally, this semester I was like, Pal, like you really can't do. I used to make excuses. I used to be like, they've changed their training timings. I'm not willing to go. They've changed, like that was the main excuse that I used. Because in the middle of the semester, suddenly they'll make a switch on you. Or suddenly schedules are not compatible. People have extra things to do, so they change timings. But anyway, it's that they can train us. So, so that used to be my excuse. But I really came out of my shell, and I debated. I joined debate club, and I vied for the peer counseling position, and I put myself first there in peer counseling activities, and put myself first there for career week. And so many people came up to me and told me, "Oh, Pal, like we're so proud of you. We didn't realize you're so organized in your leadership." I'm not organized in any other area of my life. You're so organized, like in your leadership, and like you're so like well spoken, and like you know what you want to do, and you know the direction you're headed in. And I was standing there looking at them like, you've really grown out of your shell. And I was like, what shell? Because me in school and me in specifically church were 2 different people. We had a dinner in February, and we invited one of our neighbors, and she, even in my neighborhood, I'm my ideal self. And she was so shocked to see me like conducting the fun activities, pushing the icebreakers. She was so surprised by how much energy I had, how enthusiastic I was, how unafraid I was to talk to people like on a stage. And I was like, yeah, that's just me, bruh. Even you guys, I don't think if somebody walked up to you and said, "Pal is an introvert," you'd be like, yes. Yes, no?
No, I don't think I'd be like, yes.
Exactly. Yeah. Priscilla was told that by the patron of peer counseling.
No, I know you are introverted, but you really have very much extroverted tendencies.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. So I'm introverted in the way, they say introverts like they gain energy alone. That's an introvert, but I have social skills. You get? So so many people have walked up to me this semester and told me the way they didn't imagine I was like this. But I was like this. What I was doing was putting on my ideal self. So for me, contrarily to you guys, I think I don't necessarily like either my ideal self or my real self if I exercise them 100%. Yeah, I like that now everywhere I go in school, except one person who shall not be named, majority of people in school think I am this nice person who's like quiet-ish. Not necessarily quiet anymore, but chill. Yeah, this chill person who's like very nice. But they also know that I have qualities that make me stand out, like leadership qualities and a work ethic. You have a work ethic that stands out. Thank you. That stands out. So yeah, I talked for so long, but we move on to the next question.
No, you don't digress. See, we're still on topic.
Yeah, we're on topic. I just have talked for very long.
Digress means going off topic.
Yeah.
I've learned something today. What digress means? Okay, let's move on.
Cool. So I don't know what to say to that. So we move on to the next question. So I've asked you if you're happy with the aspects that you've integrated, the aspects of your ideal self that you've integrated into your real self. But are you also happy with just the raw version of your real self? Like right now, Venyuko, are you happy with your real self? Pauline.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. I think I wouldn't necessarily say I'm happy. I'm just okay. Niko too. Even though Niko, this is what I got, so we make the best of it.
Tamira.
I don't know that I'd say I'm happy, if I'm being really honest. Especially this year. It's just, things have just felt harder. Yeah, no, I don't know that I'd say I'm happy with my real self.
Christina? Wait, why?
I don't know. I think the feeling mostly came this year because I had a lot on my plate at the beginning of the year, and so like I had expectations of myself, and so far, sure, I'm hanging on, I'm doing what I need to do, but I'm not living according to the expectations I set for myself. So,
Is it something you can change or it's just situational?
A part of me wants to say both, but it is something I can change. I don't know why there's just been some lethargy and no motivation to change. Like I'm unhappy.
But you're okay being unhappy.
Yeah, I'm okay being unhappy. Okay, I'm not okay being unhappy, but I'm functional. You get?
Yeah.
I'm fulfilling the
What
duties
needs to
I
be
need to
done.
fulfill. I'm doing what needs to be done. And I hate to say that there's no motivation, but yeah, okay, there's no motivation. Yeah.
Yeah, I get that.
Priscilla?
If I'm happy with my real self,
Yep.
I think I'm content with her.
Current or real?
Current or real?
Your current self
It's not my real
has
self.
integrated your ideal self.
Yes. And then?
Not one that you want to move. You're moving away from Kidogo. Are you happy with that?
Oh, the one of me moving away from that.
From not being assertive. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm happy with that. Like, I'm happy with... Oh, the one I'm not with.
No, you're not assertive.
Oh,
Because you just...
that's my real self.
Yes, you're just... It's your former real self. So, like, for you specifically, let's talk about your former real self and your new
On
real
my
self.
new real self.
Yeah.
Okay. For my former self, definitely, she needed a revamp, she needed an upgrade, she needed to modify certain things about her. Looking back at it, I wouldn't be happy going back there. I wouldn't want to. I feel like she was ready to compromise, or she was not ready to compromise, but like she was quite naive, I would say. And right now, at the point of my life that I'm in, I don't think that's where I want to be. And to be, I don't think it's beneficial for me right now. With my now new real self, now my current self, I think I'm happy with her, or I'm content with her, because she's. No, I'm talking about myself in that person.
It's okay.
I feel like she's more open to learning new things. I like how she's becoming so discovery kind of girl. Like, she wants to know more. She wants to put herself out there. Okay, off record, it kind of reminds me of the time we went to Pastor Judah. Yeah, when we went to Pastor Judah.
Cass's brother.
We were
pastor.
prophets. Yeah, yeah. And he said, okay, now this is what he said. There was a pastor that I knew, or once met and have never seen him since.
So you knew him.
I knew him on that day. He told me that the Lord, he was prophesying over my life, and he told me that God is going to restore my confidence. And I think at that point I was already working on it. It's not that it was something new.
Karen is laughing at Priscilla.
I don't think it was something new, but it was good to know. Just, okay, well, nice. But looking back at it, maybe it's God working on my confidence, because I'm more. Stop laughing. Okay, I think I'm more out there. I am more open to taking up challenges and wanting to learn new things, do as many things as possible. Like, I see an opportunity and wow, I want to grasp it. I want to let me try, let me volunteer, let me see where it will take me. But now the problem now that's coming in is I'm getting burnt out very fast. Now I'm kind of needing to take an intentional break from everything, and I don't even think this holiday will be sufficient, to be honest. But looking back at it, I think it's very much necessary for also now for me to learn to strike a balance with me wanting to better my portfolio, because right now my main priority is my LinkedIn profile to look the best of the best.
Yeah.
When I'm in my 4th year, I am not going to look for a job. Jobs will be looking for me.
Amen.
Amen.
I am not, I do not want to, God, from my mouth to your ears, I do not want to tarmac.
Amen, amen.
So, that is my main priority. I want my LinkedIn profile to look chef's kiss, amazing, extraordinarily super, phenomenal. Yes, and that's why I'm trying to like be up there, do as many activities, do maybe online courses from next semester, which I have the opportunity to do that for free because of the program that I'm in. So yeah, I'm looking forward to do more things so that by the time I'm there, I can, or when the bridge needs to be crossed there, I'll have an easy time crossing it. Yeah. Oh.
Okay, good. Sorry, I was about to bite her. So, thank you, Priscilla, for contributing. Hata mimi sasa ninauliza. Oh, I asked you if you're happy with your real self, sindio? So, I think mine is also a bit of a two-parter like Priscilla's. I'm happy with who I am now. To a large degree, I'm happy that I've known that I can be perceived as that nice girl, but I'm happy that I'm also like more confident in showing my confidence. That's weird, but yeah. So I'm happy that I'm able to do that now versus when I was so scared to do it. So I like that anywhere you walk, like sometimes Karen comes to my school to like see our shared friends like Priscilla and our friend Ziki and another friend Joanne. Shout out to you, girlies. And when she comes, so many people like are saying hi to her. I'm not saying that like I like know so many people or anything like that. I'm not particularly a figure by any means on campus, but I'd like to believe that I am friendly to the people that I meet. So I try and like say hi to people. I try and be kind. I try and reach out. I don't discriminate against anybody. That is the biggest lesson that I have learned in uni. Based off of just being kind to everyone. Just don't discriminate anybody on any basis for anything and any reason. Even if they don't agree with what you agree with, even if you don't have the same background, the same beliefs, anything, do not disrespect people or around. So, yeah. So I like that I am who I am now, but I don't think I like, as I said before, I don't like either extremes of my ideal or my real self. I think I prefer the integrated version that I am now. So, now that we know what our ideal selves are, I'm assuming that our ideal selves are what we perceive ourselves to be as the perfect versions of ourselves, yeah? So, when have you seen yourself striving or trying to be perfect? Like over trying to the point where you make it strenuous to your life? Pause.
I don't think there's a specific example I can give. I just know there are times in my life where I've tried to come off as that
Mysterious girl.
Sorry. I've tried to come off as that. Yeah, there are certain situations where I've tried to be that mysterious version. I think to the people to whom it comes naturally, they don't have to sacrifice aspects of themselves to achieve it. I have to not speak, because I don't know how to just be mysterious. There are people who talk, like they're not necessarily silent, but they still come off as very mysterious, Not me. You're going to know my great-grandfather and his life story, So the few times I've achieved it, I've ended up feeling like I've ended up going back home and feeling like ningebaki tu kwa nyumba, and then coupling also with the fact that I'm quite extroverted when we look at it in the sense of getting energy from people and getting drained from people. Like me, if I don't interact with people, I leave the gathering feeling very empty, and I don't like it. So the few times I've been able to achieve it, I feel like the cost was too large to pay, and I'm not willing to do it again. But maybe in the future, I'll learn how to be mysterious.
So is that your perfect self?
I don't know. It's who I wanna be.
Oh, okay.
But I don't think it's a want, like a, if I don't become them, I'm going to have failed in life. I don't think it's like that. It's just I'd like to be like that.
But I was like, this cool.
Yeah, but if I don't achieve it, well and good. Yeah.
Okay. Tams? Oh.
What was the question?
When have you strived to be your perfect self? When have you strived for perfectionism?
I feel like for me,
that was the question. The question wasn't have you overdone?
Yeah, it was also that.
Overdone, what do you mean?
Like overstrived. It makes us strenuous.
I feel like that's what I answered.
That was the question she asked you.
For me, I think very, very, very what's it called? The only situation that comes to mind is back in primary when I used to when I was about to sit for my KCPE exam, and I was really, really trying to get very good grades because at the time, there was so much pressure for me to excel and succeed and, you know, be the child that was an A star or an A material.
You wanted to match up to number 1.
Yeah. And especially after my potential showed. Because when I was in class 5, I used to get fishy grades, yo. And my mom used to be those parents who made me do confessions every morning. I am the genius of my time. I have a sound mind.
But Einstein who?
Literally, there were 30 of them on my wall.
That is the academic project Mbappe. Right there. You know.
Let me tell you, every morning, have you done your confessions? Then, when we're in the car, I have the Spirit of the Lord, wisdom, counsel, understanding, might and knowledge, and the fear of the Lord. Like, she made that a song. Even, like, it's our song, actually. Hey? So, like, in as much as I used to get, like, 350 out of 500.
That's not too bad, though.
But in my school,
It actually depends on what school you
in
went
my
to.
school, that was...
In general,
Uh-huh.
in a system where there's 100% transition to high school,
We look back at this
it's
thing,
not
we were like,
bad. KCP was not that deep at all.
It really
At
wasn't.
all.
It's such a useless paper,
for
man.
real.
No, but it depends, imagine.
Just a side tangent. I did a grade 6 paper yesterday for science.
CBC.
You know, I got 30 out of 50. Like, that's the highest I could get. CBC, science. When they're learning conk things, I taught a grade 6 student the other day,
I remember
and they're learning the blood. In class 6, when I introduced USG, red blood cell, white blood cell, platelets, and blood groups.
So you also learned that in class 6?
No, blood groups. Not to that extent.
We didn't learn
Yeah, blood groups we learned in
High school, Bana.
Form 3, Form 2, Form 3.
Yeah, I learned in primary, but I think it might just because of my teacher. He was one of those that thought the syllabus was a guideline, you know.
Because wasn't tested in any of our papers.
I think I also had a science teacher who brushed
Over.
over, yeah.
But it was not in our textbooks.
Yeah, it was
Yeah, it was in the textbook.
testable.
Oh. So, I was really striving to get that A. And there were times I used to exert myself so much pressure. Oh, I was talking about when I was in class 5. So in class 5 I used to get fishy grades. Then, in class 6, I told my mom, if I get a 400 and above, you guys have to get me something. And then she was like, what do you want? I want a new phone. And she's like, okay, I already had a phone then. But anywho, we shall skip that.
That child is interesting.
Shall skip that. Anywho, I want a new phone. So I got that 418 out of 500, and from that day, Zoe, you're an immaterial. Zoe, you can never, like, after that 418, I happened to drop to 398. And I remember the insults that I got. I said,
But that's not a big drop.
That was a drop in my school. And then we had that line where you all arrange yourselves.
Imagine I get you.
Yeah.
That was a drop.
Yeah.
Like now, also according to my school's content, like ungetusiwa. Because on that line,
that line made it
was
worse.
a teacher.
Okay, I'm not saying that it's not a drop. Like, we can all acknowledge that a drop from 400 and something, the 410 to 390 something is a drop. Because numbers don't lie. But what I'm saying is, it's not that bad. Like, you're still in a
It was
good
made to seem
That's
that.
that bad.
The context of your school.
Yeah. It was terrible. So you start from the position you were,
That was so
Previously,
toxic.
and then when you
You
dropped,
went to nice schools.
Okay.
You went to good schools.
We went to a school that our school. Let me tell you the weird thing about our class in our school is that we never experienced all of these things. Like after us, before us, and even after us, like there was tuition for people, but us we never got tuition. Why did you never get tuition? Policy. I don't know Matiang said what. I don't know, you know those CSs for education, I don't know if they made what policy. We never got beaten. Then our stream specifically never got beaten. The other stream did get beaten. We were not ranked, our whole year was not ranked. We were like, we weren't arranged according to ranking, like in the classes, like that. But after us, that came. Our classes, it was just one big building. Like, assume, like, you remember, like, in Form 1, the building for Form 1? Like, it was just, like, up. It was just one whole building for upper primary. So, class 4s would be on first floor, class 4, 5, 6, even as you go up. So, class 8s are always at the top, and the staff room was next to the class 4 room. So, they switched class 4s and class 8s because they said that class 8s are making noise. But we were the ones who caused that chaos. But we never faced any real consequences for anything. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah. So, after walking that walk of shame, I really strived to be that perfect child, the perfect child. And then actually I lost my confidence around that time. Because Priscilla of primary was not the Priscilla of high school. And now Priscilla in university is kind of regaining that sense of herself from primary. Because before class 8 or class 7 there, I used to be that extroverted girl, like go-getter, had no shame, these are bad things. I used to beat people up, but anyway, yeah, I had no shame.
So such a bad.
Yeah,
Like not in a good way.
I had a good quality, but I used it for wrong things. Really, sometimes. But then I started losing my confidence and mostly focusing on like my academic self. Like, yeah. So just focused on my academic self and growing that, and then I went to high school, focused on my academic self. I don't know even if I participated much in high school really.
You kind of did.
I did.
Kind
I
of.
was scholars. I don't know that.
But you were still seen as a very like great person. Sorry, I forgot we were recording.
Yeah, but other than that, yeah, that's the time I was striving to become a perfect self. I mean, the perfect self. Yeah.
Alright. Tell me again. Tell me.
I don't think that I ever overexerted myself because my ideal self, or like thinking of it.
You never had a negative moment in trying to achieve not even an ideal self, just a perfect version of yourself. Like Priscilla was seeking academic perfectionism. So it doesn't have to even be like what you've talked about right now. Maybe in comparison to your sister, have you found yourself like you're trying, but I work out. I'm no? Great.
Not really.
Love that for you.
Alright. I think so I can go Tamara. For me, that perfectionism, first of all, academic perfectionism is real. Because for me, I would always face outward comparison to my sister. So I would like I wasn't like striving for perfectionism. I think I just settled for mediocrity. Let me not say mediocrity, but for lesser than. Because mediocrity is a very harsh one.
Yeah.
But I settled for like less than, like I could never be like this. I could never be a high performing achiever. And then one day I woke up in university and I got good grades. It was God has a will and purpose for difficult seasons in your life. Because my difficult season of trying to find friends and trying to make friends led me to just like have the library to be my home. And that's where I learned to like read, and that's where I learned that I could be academically capable. So in uni, my grades are considerably better. I'm considerably less like depressed about my grades. I'm more methodical and tactful, but also I feel like the uni that me and Priscilla go to also has a very good academic system. It's equally, it's well distributed. So it's not all just depend on your cuts and your exams. at least your assignments have a hand, although not that much, but your assignments have a hand in it. Your attendance has a hand in it. It's not that much. Participation, not really. People lump them up, attendance and participation. So it's for me.
You get marks for attendance.
Yeah, you lose marks for attendance. Can I? Is that like? Does that make sense?
But if you attend and you don't participate, you still get those 5
Sometimes you
marks.
still get, like, Vincent will give everyone 5 marks. Yeah.
Really?
That's actually how he saved himself on WhatsApp.
Really?
Imagine.
Oh.
So yeah. So he so I found myself in high school. I started for academic perfectionism, but then I was just like, come on, mbaya. What will we do if we can't get an A in KCSE? We cry, we don't cry, we move on. You know,
We cry, but we also move on.
Me in chemistry, I gave up.
Me, I cried. I cried for a
This one
specific subject. I think I cried for history.
The paper, like when you
No,
got your
the marks.
when you got your results.
Yeah.
You cried when you got your results.
For history.
Oh, me and Karen, we saw her grades and she said, okay, moving on. Karen was the real pillar. She was just like, moving on. And we actually moved right along immediately after that. So thanks Karen. So, now in terms of like being my ideal self, I strived to be my ideal self, and I actually like kind of actualized it in school. But yeah, no, I wasn't happy, I don't think. I've been extremely busy this semester, but I think I'm the happiest that I've been. I haven't done my reflection yet. Usually, like on my classrooms, I'll do a whole spiel on the whole semester, but I haven't done that yet because, back to back life, man. So, but I've had so much time of reflection, just privately, even before I've thought to go and post about it and do like a recap for people, which I think is a positive thing because it shows that first of all, I'm at a point of gratitude because I couldn't have done any of this without God. First of all, it was not me doing it, was God. Let's start there.
Yes.
Secondly, I feel immense gratitude, and I feel just like peace and contentment about how the semester has gone,
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel like striving for my real self, and that's why for me both extremes are not amazing in any way, shape or form. So me getting to be my expressive self and getting to exercise, to have added responsibility and getting to like do things that will add value has a lot of importance to me. But also I've appreciated that that's happening now after I've gotten to be the nice girl to people, so they have this positive view of me. Before they had this, oh my gosh, she's so aggressive view of me, you get. So yeah, it's that's what I've learned. Befriend people and then make your voice heard. So I'm glad that I've gotten this lesson now and not in the workforce. Yeah. Okay, so you guys, I'm so sorry I talk for so long. So the last, we already tackled it. That's it, I guess. So
Yeah.
I think the lesson of today is to find a balance between who you are and where you want to be, and to know what exactly makes you happy. Because for Pauline, her ideal self is not really who she is happy with, and for Priscilla, your ideal self, the integration of your ideal self is exactly who you want to be, and you're happy with that. And for Tams?
Same as Priscilla.
Oh, same as Priscilla. So, yeah. And for me, like, neither extreme is amazing, but a blend is good. So, I think that's the key takeaway. Perfectionism is not like striving for, not perfection, but striving for your ideal self is not horrible, but don't be wrapped up in the whole notion of being perfect. Because nobody's perfect, sorry. Again till we get it. Yeah.
Where is that from?
Hannah Montana.
Ah, nice.
So, Yeah. If you didn't watch Hannah Montana, go watch it.
You did not know what your time has passed. Your time has passed.
There's not reruns. There's streaming for a reason. You can't go stream it. You can't go watch it. Not me, but
Not me. But
yeah.
you.
Do you want to? That's the question.
Probably. I enjoy. No, I don't enjoy movies. That's a lie. But it's been hyped, so I wouldn't mind going to watch it.
See, we do it as a PQT date.
Great.
We could.
Lakini mimi sina pesa sasa.
Yeah, wait for us to get a bit more money.
Ngoja mwezi ishe,
Fungeni episode kwanza.
Sawa. So, thank you so much for listening to this episode. I think I've had a good time. I think everybody else has had a relaxing time. Like everyone else is just lying around. I hope I was not too boring for you.
Nah.
Yeah, but you, as the listeners, please feel free to follow us on Instagram at PCT Podcast. You can write us an email at pctpodcastke@gmail.com. You can follow us on anywhere: Spotify, Apple Music, Google Podcasts, everywhere that you listen to podcasts. We are there, except YouTube. So yeah, thank you so much for listening to us. Send us a DM. In one of our recent episodes, we said send a boot if you've listened to episode, like if you made it at the end. So for this one, send that, you know, that way emoji, like the pointing one. Send that emoji.
Yeah, I don't know.
That this one that you're pointing at someone, that you're pointing at someone. Yeah. So send that emoji to just show that you made it this far. We really appreciate you guys for listening. Please share this podcast with everyone that you know, and we'll catch you next time. Bye.